Welcome back to Car Trend, your home for automotive stories that inspire, excite, and connect us to the heart of car culture. Today, we're stepping back into a time capsule, an era where cars were more than machines, they were icons of change, symbols of progress, and trusted companions for everyday life. Our spotlight is on the one and only 1958 Fiat 600, a car that didn't just move people, it moved an entire generation forward. Let's take a moment to appreciate how compact brilliance shaped the roads of post-war Europe. Introduced in 1955, and continuing its legacy into 1958 and beyond, the Fiat 600 was Italy's answer to the growing demand for affordable, reliable, and efficient mobility. At just 3.22 meters in length, it redefined what a city car could be: charming, practical, and incredibly fun to drive. From the very first glance, the 1958 Fiat 600 greets you with a warm vintage character. The soft curves of the body, the cheerful round headlights, and that timeless front grille, each detail reminds you of a different time, a different rhythm of life. It's not trying to be aggressive or flashy. Instead, it wears its identity with quiet confidence, like a classic novel on a modern bookshelf. Under the rear hood, you'll find a humble yet hard-working 633cc water-cooled inline-4 engine. Producing around 21.5 horsepower, this little motor doesn't sound like much today, but back in its prime, it was a revolution. Capable of reaching speeds up to 95 km per hour, the Fiat 600 delivered enough power to make city commutes and countryside drives both manageable and enjoyable. It proved that you didn't need brute force to feel the joy of driving, you just needed a well-balanced machine. One of the most fascinating things about the Fiat 600 was how it democratized car ownership. In the late 1950s, owning a car was still a luxury for many. But Fiat, under the brilliant leadership of Dante Giacosa, designed the 600 with accessibility at its core. It was affordable to buy, economical to run, and small enough to fit into the tightest of parking spaces. It brought freedom to families, independence to the young, and opportunity to the working class. Step inside the cabin, and you'll be greeted by simplicity in its purest form. The interior of the 1958 Fiat 600 is a celebration of minimalism: no unnecessary buttons, no digital distractions, just the essentials. A two-spoke steering wheel, a simple speedometer, a few metal switches, and seats that were as straightforward as they were stylish. It's a refreshing break from the sensory overload of modern interiors. But don't mistake simple for dull. There's a unique charm in how everything feels connected. The sound of the engine, the feel of the road through the steering, and the way light spills in through the wide glass windows, it all creates a driving experience that's both nostalgic and honest. Driving the Fiat 600 isn't about going fast, it's about being present in the moment. The 600 was also ahead of its time in many ways. It featured a monocoque body, which was lighter and stronger than the traditional body-on-frame design. The rear engine layout not only saved space but also gave the car surprisingly good traction, especially on narrow, winding European roads. It had independent suspension on all four wheels, which made the ride smoother than many of its rivals in the same class. Another major highlight is the car's social legacy. The Fiat 600 became a pop culture phenomenon, especially in Italy and Spain, where it was affectionately known as the Seicentios. It played a starring role in family road trips, first dates, daily errands, and even political campaigns. It was more than a car, it was a companion, a witness to personal histories and national growth. Today, the 1958 Fiat 600 is a collector's dream. Its vintage appeal, mechanical simplicity, and historical significance have made it a highly sought-after model among enthusiasts around the world. Restored examples fetch impressive prices at auctions, and rightly so. Owning one is like owning a piece of automotive heritage. But beyond its monetary value, the Fiat 600 teaches us a lesson we shouldn't forget: that great design isn't about size, speed, or status. It's about soul. And the 600 has plenty of it. It reminds us that mobility should be for everyone. That cars can be joyful and practical. That progress doesn't always mean more, it can mean better. And that brings us to a bigger question: what if the spirit of the 600 could inspire modern automotive design? In a world filled with overcomplicated features, bloated SUVs, and skyrocketing prices, maybe we need a return to simplicity. A reminder that less can truly be more. Maybe the future lies in reconnecting with our roots, just as the 1958 Fiat 600 did so beautifully for its time. At Car Trend, we celebrate cars not just for what they are, but for what they represent. The Fiat 600 is a timeless symbol of smart engineering, cultural change, and emotional connection. Whether you see it parked at a vintage rally or quietly shining in a collector's garage, one thing is certain: it leaves a lasting impression. So the next time you hear someone say, "They don't make cars like they used to," just show them a Fiat 600. Then smile, because you'll both know they're right. If you enjoyed this journey into automotive history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Trend, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever seen or driven a Fiat 600? Do you think modern cars could learn something from its simplicity? We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep your wheels turning and your stories rolling. This is Car Trend, signing off.